So in this part, we're going to do the same process in the previous example or the previous section. I have m squared minus 5m plus 2 equals to negative 2m squared. So we want to have the polynomial, in this case the trinomial, equal to 0. I have most of my terms on the left side of the equal sign. So I'm going to cancel out the side with the least term, in this case the negative 2m squared. So the opposite of negative 2m squared is plus 2m squared. And I'm going to combine it with the like term, so over here. So when I combine, I'm going to get 3m squared, bring down to minus 5m, bring down the plus 2 equal to 0. Alright, so here we're going to identify the ABC value. So this is A, this is B, and this is C. So A equals to 3, B equals to negative 5, and then C equals to positive 2. Alright, then I'm going to set up the X chart, or the X table. And like before, at the top is A times C, at the bottom is B. So at the very top, A times C, so 3 times 2, which is 6. And then at the bottom, the B value, which is negative 5. Alright, so now I'm going to set up my chart over here, factors of A times C, and then some difference. So let's take a look at factors of positive 6. So we can do 1 times 6. When you multiply, you get positive 6. Now if I were to combine my factors, so I have positive 1 and positive 6, so 1 plus 6, my sum and difference is 7. So it doesn't match, so I cannot use 1 and 6. Let's try 2 times 3. When you multiply, it does give me 6. Now if I combine positive 2 and positive 3, then it's basically 2 plus 3, so it's 5. Now if I look closely at my sum and difference and my B value, it's almost the same. So I gotta think about it, especially on the sign. Since I have a positive 5 for the sum and difference, but my B value is negative, so that means that I have to look at where two factors that multiply into positive 6, but the sum and difference is negative. That means that my two factors have to be negative. So in this case, negative 2 times negative 3. So negative 2 times negative 3, that indeed would give us positive 6. And if you combine negative 2 with negative 3, so basically negative 2 minus 3, my sum and difference is negative 5. So I found my correct pair of factors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write my factors over here, negative 2x and negative 3x. Now just like before, I'm going to start setting up my work for factor by grouping. So my first term is 3m squared. Then I'm going to write down my two factors I identify. So minus 2x. In this case, I'm going to be using m. So that means over here should be m. I want to stay consistent with the variable that I started off with from the problem. So now back down here, after minus 2m, I'm going to write minus 3m. Then my last term from the trinomial that equals to 0, which is the plus 2. Alright, so let's identify the GCF on the left side, which I'm going to write in black. Now both of these terms can be divided by m, so I'm going to put m here. Since my GCF, my greatest common factor, is m, I'm going to write it outside the parenthesis, like this. So 3m squared divided by m will be 3m. Negative 2m divided by m will be negative 2 or minus 2, then I close parenthesis. Next, I'm going to identify the GCF on the right side, which I'm going to write in blue. And then just a reminder that this equation or this polynomial will equal to 0 because it came from this trinomial. Now, let's identify the greatest common factor on the right side. So if I look closely, there's nothing in common right away. So the only choice I have left that these two have something in common is 1. Both of these terms are divisible by 1. Now, I gotta be careful. On my right side, the first term, it has a minus, meaning that it's negative. So therefore, since it's negative, I'm going to have to divide both terms by negative 1. So my GCF is negative 1 because the first term on the right side is negative. Now, same thing applies over here. If the first term on the left side is negative, then my GCF is negative. So in this example, the first term on the right side is negative, so I'm going to divide by negative 1. I'm going to write minus 1 here, parenthesis. So negative 3m divided by negative 1 is positive 3m. Positive 2 divided by negative 1 is going to be minus 2 or negative 2, close parenthesis. Alright, so if you look closely, inside the parenthesis, it's 3m minus 2 on the left and 3m minus 2 on the right. They're exactly the same. So I'm going to group these two outside factors, or also known as greatest common factor, GCF, together. So I'm going to write m minus 1 as one group. Then the other group is the one that's inside the parenthesis, where both of them are exactly the same. Again, they have to be exactly the same. So 3m minus 2. So that is my factors. So these are my factor form or factors. Let me box that up. Now, if I am doing solutions, then simply I'm going to set each factors equal to 0. So again, I repeat, if I'm doing or finding solutions, I'm going to set my factors equal to 0. So m minus 1 equal to 0. And then 3m minus 2 equal to 0. So let's take a look at the one on the left. M minus 1 equal to 0. I'm going to cancel out the minus 1 by adding 1 on the left and then adding 1 on the right. So here m equals to positive 1. Now let's take a look at the factor on the right. I'm going to cancel out the minus 2 by adding 2 on the left, therefore adding 2 on the right. I'm going to have 3m equal to positive 2. Then, to solve for m, I'm going to divide by 3. So I'm going to have m equals to 2 over 3. So my two solutions are m equal to 1, and then m equal to 2 over 3. So these two are my solutions. Let me box that up. So if it asks you for a solution, make sure you do the work to find solution. Here's my factors or my factor form. Now this will be useful on having factors when we're working with rational expressions.